What if I told you that in the heart of one of the most unforgiving deserts on earth, Saudi Arabia is building a city so bold, so massive in scale, that it could reshape the future of urban life forever? This city is not circular. It's not even sprawling. It is a straight line, 170 kilometers long and towering 500 meters high, with enough space for 9 million people. And it claims to be powered entirely by renewable energy, producing 0 emissions. But there's a catch, a contradiction hidden beneath the headlines. Because while this city promises to fight climate change, its construction is expected to release 1.8 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So the question must be asked, is this the cost of progress or the illusion of it? Saudi Arabia's The Line isn't being built like a typical city. It's a towering corridor of mirrored walls, cutting through the sand like a silver blade. From above, it will reflect the sunlight and disappear into the horizon. From within, it promises a future no human has ever lived in. At its core, The Line is marketed as the future of urban living. Residents would live packed across 2 parallel walls, each 500 metres tall, but separated by only 200 metres. The idea is to eliminate the need for cars or sprawling suburbs, creating a completely walkable city where everything a person could need is within a 5-minute walk. High-speed transit systems powered by artificial intelligence are envisioned to whisk passengers from one end to the other in just 20 minutes. From vertical farming systems to climate-controlled environments, the engineering behind The Line is designed to make everyday life not only sustainable but seamless. But despite these breathtaking ideas, a question hangs in the air like desert dust. Can such an audacious dream truly claim to be sustainable when the process of building it unleashes a carbon footprint greater than that of entire nations? Moreover, this construction effort involves cutting through pristine desert ecosystems, raising questions about the environmental toll on local wildlife and fragile landscapes. Currently, progress on The Line appears both ambitious and slow-moving. Satellite images reveal work focusing on modules 45 and 46 along the proposed route, with visible excavation and the beginnings of infrastructure in place. Initial reports suggest only 2.4 kilometres of the project will be completed by 2030, far short of its entire 170-kilometre length. This slow progress doesn't just delay the project, it also fuels scepticism about whether the timeline is realistic at all. After all, building a megastructure on this scale relies on untested methods, advanced technologies, and a workforce capable of achieving it under extreme desert conditions. There's also the matter of sustainability beyond the physical footprint. Building a mirrored city in the middle of a desert creates unique challenges. Temperatures in this region can soar, and such a reflective surface could potentially create heat islands in the surrounding area. Additionally, supplying water to millions of residents in one of the driest regions on Earth requires desalination plants that consume vast amounts of energy. While the developers claim renewable energy will power The Line, doubts remain over whether this infrastructure will be sufficient to meet such an energy-intensive demand. But perhaps the most haunting cost of this city is not environmental, it is human. For centuries, the Huwaitat tribe lived on the lands that The Line is now transforming into steel and glass. Their villages, like Al-Quba and Gaul, were once alive with tradition, rooted in desert survival, passed down through generations. These were not just homes, they were legacies. That changed in January 2020, when the Saudi government began issuing eviction orders. Families were given no real choice. One by one, homes were demolished. By 2024, satellite images revealed a harsh reality. Where once there were communities, now there is only empty sand. Despite calls for negotiations, the Saudi government has enforced these evictions without compromise, leading to widespread social and cultural disruption. And when some refused to leave, the consequences turned deadly.
مع الجيوب هذه شوف مداهمين البيت لاني بس ما ابغى اسجل اسمي في الترحيل ولا ابغى اوقع. يعني انا ما اشوف اكبر عندي، ما في شيء اكبر من خروجي من ارضي ومن ديرتي. كل ما بعدها هين سواء السجن حتى القتل يعني أنا ما أستغرب لو يجوا ممكن يقتلوني في بيتي الآن.
Abdul Rahim al-Huwaiti, a vocal critic and a member of the tribe, was killed after resisting the eviction orders, reportedly by Saudi special forces. His death sparked unrest within the community, but the government responded with arrests, accusations of terrorism, and severe sentencing. These actions reveal the extent of control exerted to advance Vision 2030. International bodies, including the United Nations, have critiqued these measures openly. The UN's formal letter to Saudi officials outlined concerns about targeting the Huwaitat people under the guise of national progress, offering a grim commentary on the ethical price of these megaprojects. For global investors and contractors, the human rights concerns tied to the line are more than just a PR issue. Companies like the UK's Solar Water Limited have pulled out after learning how communities were being displaced.
You cannot move people away from the homeland. I was very upset. All the villages, fishing villages along the coast, there are no...
Human rights groups and labour unions have echoed these concerns, and such exits raise serious doubts about NEOM's ability to deliver on its massive promises. The line is just one pillar of Vision 2030. The Mukab, a mammoth cube-shaped structure rising in Riyadh, is designed to be a fully immersive digital city. Inside, residents will live among holographic projections, virtual skies, and retail spaces driven by artificial intelligence. Yet for all its ambition, the project is already behind schedule. Though 86% of the excavation is reportedly done, actual construction progress remains sluggish. Meanwhile, Kadia, Saudi Arabia's answer to Disneyland and Las Vegas combined, is taking shape as the entertainment capital of the Middle East. It will include the world's largest water park, golf courses, and theme parks powered by cutting-edge tech. But despite the flashy updates, reports continue to emerge of grueling labour conditions, unclear safety protocols, and an overwhelming dependence on foreign workers operating under questionable contracts. In the Red Sea, a floating city named Oxagon is rising.
This is Oxagon, the place where ideas can change the world.
Touted as a global logistics hub, it promises to run on renewable energy using robotic cranes and AI-controlled ports. But building a city on water, particularly in ecologically sensitive marine zones, requires vast amounts of steel, concrete, and artificial expansion. The very act of creating it could jeopardize the fragile coastal ecosystem it hopes to coexist with. Trojena, another Vision 2030 project, brings winter to the Arabian Peninsula. Built high in the Sarawak Mountains, it aims to host ski resorts and year-round snow. Massive snowmaking machines will pump tons of artificial snow across 30 kilometres of ski runs, powered by energy-intensive systems that must operate around the clock.
At one of the highest points in Saudi Arabia, and what an amazing sight you can see. Behind me is the ski village, the steel structure, which is going to be the central part of the skiing experience for the Asian Winter Games. The ski village itself will be an amazing place for people to come and experience something completely different, a first in kingdom.
The steel used to build Trojena's vertical village, more than 127,000 tonnes, is equivalent to 18 Eiffel Towers. And construction crews are now tunnelling deep into the mountain to make way for hotels, transport and recreation centres, all this in a region battling chronic water scarcity. Every brochure, every press release and every interview surrounding Vision 2030 echoes the same promise: sustainability. But behind the solar panels and smart cities lies an uncomfortable truth. The raw materials, the energy and the human effort required to bring these visions to life are staggering. Desalination plants must churn constantly to supply water to millions. Cooling systems run day and night. Transport networks, no matter how electric, rely on vast industrial footprints. And the timeline: many of these projects are scheduled to be completed by 2030. That's less than 5 years away. Can technology keep up with the ambition? Can nature survive the transformation? Saudi Arabia's $1 trillion experiment is not just a gamble with architecture, it's a gamble with ethics, climate, labour and time itself. If successful, it could inspire a new era of urban design, one that finally breaks away from sprawl, pollution and chaos. But if it fails, it may stand as a cautionary monument, proof that even the most brilliant ideas can collapse under the weight of unchecked ambition. In the end, this isn't just a question for Saudi Arabia, it's a question for all of us. When progress demands so much, is it still progress at all?